Hello and welcome. This is Kai the Thrifting Channel. How are you today or tonight? I am excited to talk to you. For me, it's very close to midnight, and I am just putting away some of my inventory because I pulled some inventory for some sales, and I'm going to put everything back now so I can go to bed. But first, I just want to share something with you. So I did a short on YouTube. You can see I'll put a link to the short in my description. I did a short the other day about something that I found at the thrift store on, was it February the 22nd? I think 22222 is the day that I went to the thrift store. So I found this item on 22222 and I listed it, of course, and it sold about a few hours ago for $100. Now, the reason I'm mentioning that is because I actually got some thumbs down. I was like, okay, listen, I don't care. You can engage how you like. But the thing is, I feel bad for the people that felt like, oh, this isn't a good short to share, when I'm just proving that what I shared with you is something that you can look out for and flip for a good amount of money. So I had it listed for 129. I accepted an offer of 100. So again, I will put that item in the link, and they can thumbs me down all they like because it sold. So but but you know what I mean. I was like, I feel bad when I give advice to people about something and they're like, I don't want it, I don't want it. But that's their choice. No worries. On to my topic. So today I had three topics I wanted to talk to you about. These are not specifically Poshmark topics, but I will be talking about them um, along with Poshmark. So I'm going to go in reverse order of the way it's described in my title. So there's three topics. The first one that I will discuss is actually the last one that's in the listing there, and that's about getting, sales. Now, guys, look, if you're new to the game of reselling, I'm sure you've known others who resold, and you know how this works. So, starting again from the last topic to the first, we'll talk about the $2,000 Starbucks mugs and cups and tumblers last. So stay tuned for that. But I really want to just go back to the basics on Poshmark because I don't know. For me, I'm so busy and it's not often where I get a chance to just go and do something so simple to work on getting more sales. And that is to begin to follow more people. I know it seems like, oh, a no-brainer or duh, but think about it. I don't know. Do you get a lot of time to go and do that? For me, I don't. So I made it a point today to go on. You go in on my phone in the Poshmark app. I go to the little search thing, and the little search thing leads me to the page where it talks about different things, of course, like, your likes and what you looked at recently and people, and then you can go and discover more people. So sometimes I go to people and I just start following people just as if I was sharing. I would take the amount of time that I would use sharing to follow more people. And then sometimes I will go and discover more people. If you go to the very bottom of that whole page there, at the very bottom, it'll say discover people. And you can discover people that may follow a brand that you like, or maybe in a city that you like, or your own city. But there's different categories to finding new people. Why do you want to do this? Elementary, my dear, to get more eyes on your closet and your items. I know it seems like, why am I even mentioning this? I know for me, I don't get to do it that often. I don't think to do it that often. But when I do get around to it, it makes perfect sense. Go follow more people. Of course, we expect that they would follow you back. And again, the whole thing is leading down a path of you getting more sales, because I always say and this is something that I've thought for a long time. There's an infinite amount of buyers in the world. You're going to find a buyer. Everyone's a buyer, okay? There's an infinite amount of buyers, but there is a finite amount of buyers that are looking for the items that you have. Okay, so everyone's not looking for what you're selling. Everyone isn't looking for what I'm selling. So the goal of reselling, period, is to get that item that you have or your items in your closet in front of as many pairs of eyes as possible, and taking a step on finding new people to follow so that and they can follow you in turn, fingers crossed, uh, is a good step. So super simple, super easy. Take some time to go and follow new people. All right, so that is today's first topic. On to topic number 2. Along with kind of goes like in the same vein of getting new people. It's about doing something different. And when I mentioned that sale I had at the beginning of this video, I talked about having that sale, having found it. I think I paid like $5 for it. I think I paid $5 for it. I think I paid $5 for it. So, and then it sold for 100. So, if everybody could have sales like that, if I could have sales like that every day, that would be great. One of the things that I have pledged to myself to do this year is to think outside of the box. If you looked at some of my previous videos, my previous haul videos, I've done hauls where I've done nothing but linens. I've gone to the bins and I didn't buy one single piece of clothing. I only bought linens, blankets, pillowcases, quilts, things of that nature. So I was trying something outside of the box. Have I been successful at it? For what I have listed so far, I have been. I would say 50% of what I bought has sold. Now that has sold either on Posh or Mercari. But it is awful nice to see something in the home or in my home that I have around here in these bins go, and it's not a piece of clothing, because I feel like sometimes for myself, I get so bogged down with trying to keep up with brands, trying to keep up with styles when I'm picking up clothing at the bins or the thrift store, that I forget that there's money in other things too. There's money in electronics now on Poshmark. There's money in home goods on Poshmark. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're looking for something new to do in your thrifting adventures for your reselling journey, try another category. For me, it's linens, because I can get them really, really super inexpensive at the bins. And they have usually what I'm picking out has minimal wear. Minimal wear. And if it's something that's worn, obviously you'd put that in the listing. But just to say that I was getting linens, and then I had stumbled across, oh my gosh, about 30 to 40 pounds of fabric remnants. Some of them were fabric remnants. If you look, you can look through my previous videos. I did a previous video about a woman named Nancy Crow, who is a quilter and a fabric designer. There are many others I'm learning, because as I go through these fabrics, I'm finding the names of the people that designed the fabrics, as well as the companies that release the fabrics. And what I'm also finding out is that most of them are vintage, which is super cool. So it's like an added bonus. Not only have I found something unique that everyone, of course, at the bins was passing over, but I found something that has a kind of a unique history to it as well. So just last week, I sold about 2 pounds of those fabrics, which is nothing considering 50 pounds, 2 pounds out of 50 pounds. But I've been letting them go on Mercari mostly for about $10 a remnant. And I made a bundle for someone at their request, and that bundle sold for 50. And again, it's not, I feel like as much fabric as I sell, I'm not making a dent. It still feels like a mountain of fabric. But that's good though, because that just means I have more to list. But it also is good to know that they are selling. So again, my whole point to this is if you find yourself in a rut with your thrifting, try something outside of your normal purchasing. If you're a clothes or shoes buyer, try linens. If you are a home goods buyer, try clothing. I mean, something outside of the norm to see how that works for you. And I hope that it does. All right, on to the topic you've been waiting for. So again, in my description, I'm going to post the link to this article that I was reading about Starbucks tumblers and cups and mugs. And I've not been under a rock. I've been selling Starbucks mugs and cups and all that stuff for about 5 years now. I've been selling them. I've been doing pretty good when I find good things. Some of them I end up keeping. I have my own 20 mug stash here at my house. And then I have some really cool vintage Starbucks serving utensils. And so it's cool. Anyhow, Starbucks, what they're doing now is incredible. The reason why I put $2,000 Starbucks in my title is because, according to this article, some of those tumblers and mugs and cups can go for $2,000 for a Starbucks cup. Yeah, let that sink in for just a moment, right? But there are people on the case. There are teams of people out there working with Starbucks staff, trying to, make sure that they get the top of the line limited edition cup that only comes out, I'm exaggerating it in a sense, once every blue moon, right? And that will have a high value. I don't do that. I usually go to the thrift store and find my vintage Starbucks stuff, but nonetheless, that's another thing, of course, that you could do to think outside of the box if you're not already doing it. I was on Mercari today looking through my locals, and my local listings, there's a lot of Starbucks. Brand new, off the shelf, limited edition, whatever color, beautiful colors, beautiful designs. But they're going for, I know, $2,000 for a Starbucks cup is on obviously the higher end. But the ones that I'm looking at in my local Mercari are going for between $50 and $100 each, not a group or a collection, each. That Starbucks venti cup, that shimmery one that you think is so cute with a little, cleanable straw, can possibly go for $1,000 or for 150 to $100. So at minimum, of course, and up from there. So if you are looking for another adventure and you want to jump on the Starbucks cup bandwagon, it is a thing, it is real, and it is happening. And I stopped selling Starbucks mugs because when I started my little collection, I just let go of the ones I didn't want. I think I have 2 up there listed right now on Poshmark. But I'm not, when I tell you there are teams of people out here on it, they are on top of the dates that these things are released, where they're going to be released. Some of them aren't released in certain cities. Some of them are just limited edition in certain places. People are on top of this. This is a real thing. So if this is your kind of thing, though, well, let me know below in the comments. But if it's something that you would be interested in doing, look into doing it. I think keeping a Starbucks cup in your home is a lot less space taken up than, a couple of bins of jeans that aren't selling so fast. If you can get money off that Starbucks cup, oh, that's a pretty penny to make off of a Starbucks cup. Knowing that these things range for less than $30 retail, mostly, and for them to go upwards of 100 and more, obviously, is just, that's what reselling is all about, right? I remember a small story before I close. I went to go see Black Widow in the movie theater, and they have or AMC had the keepable steel tin. You could put the popcorn, refill the popcorn in tin, not 10, tin. And I was getting like extra, and the lady's like, "Are you going to resell these?" It's like, of course I'm going to. No, I didn't tell her I was, and I didn't actually. I ended up keeping them, because I ended up using them to keep, like, I would line them with a little plastic bag, which is so cool, and I end up using them to keep my pins and other little doodads in. So I ended up keeping them, but maybe one day I'll sell them. Who knows? But uh, I'm sure that when you are out there and you're looking at Starbucks stuff, people are wondering if you're going to resell it. You ain't got to say a thing. It's none of their business. It's your business, right? It's your reselling business. So, but yeah, she totally was like, "Are you reselling these?" I guess, and actually, she did say that people were coming in just getting loads and loads of them. So I guess they were going to resell them. So, yeah. So, if I had that thought, if I thought I was going to resell them, I got extra because I just didn't want to get just one. But I don't know. I just think it's funny that she said that on that note. As I'm rambling along, my 3 topics today had to do with reselling, getting more people to look at your items on Poshmark. Definitely thinking outside the box in 2 categories. One with Starbucks mugs that could possibly sell for upwards of over $100 to $2,000. Documented. It's been documented that some Starbucks cups sell for $2,000. And of course, linens and maybe Barbie dolls are your thing. But I'm just saying, try something new if you feel like you've hit a wall with your clothing and you want to try something different. On that note, I was supposed to be moving around and putting things away as I was talking. I didn't get a chance to because I was just really into what I was sharing with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more Poshmark gossip and reseller chat in my next video. I'm Kai, and this is the Thrifting Channel.